hi, hello. My name is DJ or Diana, whatever you'd like to call me. Welcome back to another episode of Ghost Adventures. I hope everybody has been enjoying the new year. If you are, I'm glad. If you aren't, well, I'm sorry. I'm not either, so we're both doing horrible. Now, if you remember, I posted a podcast episode with my co-host Tabitha, which it's kind of funny to say my co-host and my podcast because we've only done one episode. I don't know when the next one's coming, but it might come soon. We never know. In that first podcast episode, I said,
"You do all the touristy stuff in the Bay Area."
Because I've never Pier 39.
From time to time I go to Pier 39, but I've never been to Alcatraz.
Me neither.
I've never been to Coit Tower.
I don't do that tourist shit, bro.
That's why we need to do it. You do the Winchester, the Alcatraz,
all in one day. Brother.
I'm
absolutely fully commit to this my outfit.
We should role play. We should role play like we're from Chicago or some shit like that. Wow, can you believe it?
Can you believe this? They don't got this at the Bean.
No.
Which brings us to today's video. Me and Tabitha agreed to start off in San Jose, then work our way up to Santa Rosa. Now, if you're gonna sit here and say, Diana, Santa Rosa isn't part of the Bay Area, listen. First of all, I'm gonna get this out of the way. I know Santa Cruz is not part of the Bay Area. Also, neither is Santa Rosa. I'm going with what the tourist itinerary guide is telling me. I know it's not part of the Bay Area. It's what the tourist guide is saying, okay? And I'm gonna get this out of the way before anybody gets their panties in a knot. The city isn't touching the Bay. It's not part of the Bay Area. I'm sorry, I didn't make up the rules. Actually, I did. So for all you motherfuckers saying that Sacramento is part of the Bay, you're a liar. You're weird. You're weird. Last time I checked, wasn't E40 kicked out of a fucking Kings game? Yeah, you kicked the function out of the function. You're weird. You're weird. Not only did you kick the function out of the function, but this just further proves that the Warriors are better than the Kings. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So yes, I understand that not every city or every place that we're gonna go to is a part of the Bay. I'm just following what the tour guide says to do, okay? So we're starting off in San Jose. Originally, we wanted to start off in Santa Cruz, but you know what? We're starting with the easiest and closest option, so we're starting off in San Jose. I want to go ahead and really start off this video by saying I didn't like how this video is formatted, but I feel like I did a good enough job to post something sufficient. When I recorded this video while we were in the Winchester, I thought everything was good. I had recently just gotten 2 Rode mics, and those are expensive, let me tell you. Not only are they expensive, but they were my first time using them and I didn't know how to work it, especially with this camera. So what happened? I lost all the audio. Now, because I lost all the audio, I was upset. I was not even low-key, high-key. I texted Tabitha and I was like, dude, we're gonna have to go back to the Winchester and re-record this video. Tabitha was like, no the fuck we're not. I'm doing the best that I can with the footage that I have gotten from the Winchester. And again, this is not how I wanna have my format with these videos. But for whatever reason, if you guys like how this video is formatted, that's fine. And if you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. If not, please let me know, or I'll find a way to incorporate something in the middle. We're starting off in San Jose at the Winchester Mystery House. At first, we did go to Santana Row because we had a little bit of time to kill.
So, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the last episode, or in the first episode of our podcast, I was like, it'd be funny if we went touristing around the Bay and saying, hey, let's just fucking go all the way, all the tourist spots in the Bay Area and pretend that we're from out of town and dick around. I thought it was the greatest idea ever, honestly. And then Tabitha went to Hawaii and I texted her and I was like, oh, there's tickets for the Winchester and we could record the tour. Are you down to go? And she was like, yeah, I'm so down. And then when she got back, I was like, surprise! It's a flashlight tour and it's a spooky, scary tour. And she was like, sick.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were doing, having stories in the background.
Oh yeah, no, I told her that on the way over here. And she was like, are you for real? And I was like, surprise! So the entire week we're like, dude, we want answers, we're gonna figure out our answers. And then we have so much time to kill, so we're like, fuck it, let's go to Santana Row. And
that's your first time?
Yeah.
This is technically a tourist spot.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so welcome.
So this is, yeah, so dude, welcome, our first time at Santana Row as a tourist. We're actually from Louisiana. The Bay Area?
I'm actually from
I'm from Louisiana.
I want to choose somewhere cool.
I only want to choose Louisiana so I can do this accent, actually, as a matter of fact. And for the rest of the day, and for the rest of the night, I'm actually going to be speaking like this.
I'm from Ohio.
Oh yeah, and then we were walking down Santana Road before we looped back around here. And then we were like, it'd be so funny if we just got drunk and then like did the tour like that. And honestly, I'm looking kind of down for it. But the thing is, I gotta drive.
I'm gonna be so scared.
I'd be done to Uber back. I really don't give a fuck.
Hey man, we could definitely loiter around here for a while.
No, yeah.
So,
but honestly, I feel like I would have a time going in drunk as shit.
no, I'd
like-
be scared. I'd be like, did you hear that? And it's like,
It's
just myself
Yeah,
breathing.
it's just a family walking by saying like, hey, just don't worry guys, we're walking past you. We're over here scared, spooked
like-
at everything.
No, her first initial thought was like, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be funny if we were high and went? And that shit is not funny at all. Like,
Stuck standing still. Someone would have to carry
how
me.
scared would you be though if I was just like standing there, like, and like I'm not possessed. I'm
Yeah,
just like
staring. No, you know what my cousin said? Because I told her about tonight. She was like, oh, you're going with your coworker? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, are you guys close? And I'm like, I mean,
Now.
yeah. And then she was like, it'd be funny if it was just like the two of you guys on the tour and you'd be like, no one's gonna hear you scream. And I was like, you're fucking sadistic as fuck. She told me that shit and I was like, you're...
No, she's like,
psychotic.
you like tell.
And it's actually really pretty. Like, let me record over here. I'm not trying to record the people, but like over here, like I could honestly see why it would be like a touristy spot because of like how bougie it is too.
Exactly. No, I really like. We're getting answers. We need answers.
You know, in editing, I'm gonna snip like the Ghost Adventures intro.
No, yeah, you have
So
to.
like every time we say we want answers, I'm gonna put in we want answers.
I deadass want this to be a drinking game because I've been saying we want answers since you told me about the fucking that we were doing this. So like, unironically, like now, like I remember we were in the car and we were talking about something and I was like, I need answers,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, like no pun intended. So
But we
now,
need answers. But I was gonna like do a little prank, and I was gonna come in all black. I was gonna buy a bald cap. I actually bought it. It didn't come in on time. I was gonna buy a bald cap and buy like one of those tactical vests. I was gonna dress up as Aaron. I was gonna dress up as Aaron and that was gonna be my
no, we should do that for Halloween.
No, I was gonna, you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna be like, oh, Tabitha, you were gone from Hawaii and I really miss you, so I got you a surprise. And then I was gonna have you close your eyes and then throw on the bald cap and then like, we'd be like, what the fuck is this? And I was gonna be like, I'm Aaron, surprise.
No, and I should be what's his name and like
Zach.
Zach and put on like the glasses.
You know what I was thinking? I was actually thinking of coming here in a really, really extra small, long sleeve.
You should have fucking did. No, that shit would have been so much fun. Man, we should have fucking did that shit. That would have been so funny. No, because like I would have totally committed to the fucking role. I would have committed to the fucking role.
I would have been so committed too. And especially around like people that like if we're probably going like in a big ass group too. So
Thumbnail.
you know what sucks is that I have no use for that bald cap
No.
anymore. It's coming
we're
in on
using
Monday actually. I thought it was I have Prime. I bought Prime actually for this specific reason.
No, we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it for one of our.
This coming up, dude. This coming Halloween is on a Friday, dude. We could do that.
Dude, no, and I love that. We could go. No, what we need to do. This is a whole nother segment.
Yeah. We're actually planning a year ahead right now live.
We should do instead of like a Vlogmas, we should do like a Halloween one.
Halloween-ness. What would be
Completely
even funnier
dressed.
is if like for almost every day on every Friday of Halloween, like of October, we just keep coming back to the Winchester house dressed up as different people.
No, like one day we're dressed as a Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like in
And then the next day, and then the next day we come as dressed up as Ghost Adventures. So much so that like the fucking, I want to do it, but like to the point where like even the staff can't recognize us every time we come back. I already know. Like, dude, I really wonder if like Sarah Winchester walks around that fucking house and is
She's
like,
probably
these
like-
two fucking bitches. Are
Yeah,
here.
we're here to get answers.
We're here, yeah. No, but like actual answers.
Dude,
So as we start off in the Winchester Mystery House, I want to go ahead and preface the cost, how long the tour was, and what I did and didn't like about it. So for starters, the tour was $50 per person, and the tour that we took was a flashlight self-guided tour. When you enter, you go ahead and get a flashlight. There's a tour guide that starts you off by saying, don't do this, don't do that. You have flashlights, you're free to roam around however long as you want. When I first read about the tour, I thought it was gonna be like a group of people that you're stuck with, and then you walk around the tour and, you know, do your own thing. What I wasn't aware of is that they just throw people in and that's that. So this entire time that we were getting ready to go in, again, I was thinking that it was gonna be like one of a regular tour. So for example, they have 20 spots open. If you're going with 5 friends, the remainder of those spots that are open are gonna be given to a bunch of randoms. So it's not really like, oh yeah, let's book a tour for just 5 friends, unless you somehow get lucky and it's just your group that ends up going. Now, I thought that's how that tour was gonna go. I thought it's just me and Tabitha with a bunch of other people that we don't know, and we're gonna go in this house, just 20 of us, with flashlights. That's not the case. When we started, we were in a crowded ass room with like 30 people. I think this is the beginning of my only complaint, is that a lot of the spookiness that I wanted to experience was kind of zapped out because the entire time we're there with a whole bunch of people. Not only is it also self-guided, but they don't kick you out. It's not, when I say self-guided, it's not necessarily self-guided. They just don't throw you in the house and you figure out your way. What they do is that they like basically put little baby barriers so that you don't wander off to another part of the house where you're not supposed to be. It's like the IKEA store. You just see a bunch of arrows and they point you to where you need to go. That's basically what it is. Throughout the house, you will see tour guides that are just standing there. If you have any questions, you can ask them. If you want to just know lore about the house, they give that to you. If for whatever reason you're feeling a lot more spooky and you want to know about some ghost stories, they will tell you. Fortunately for us, we had a couple of tour guides that gave their spooky encounters. Unfortunately, I lost all the fucking audio. What I also like about the self-guided tour is that they allowed ghost equipment, they allowed cameras, whatever equipment that didn't need a tripod, it was allowed in there. So I want to go ahead and talk about the tours. So the tours that they offer at the Winchester House, there's multiple. I can say that I've done all of them. And you might be wondering, why have I done all of them? Because I'm obsessed with the fucking house, if I'm being so for real. God bless Tabitha's soul. She had to sit there and listen to me talk about every room in the fucking house. Every room that we walked into, I told her the lore about it. Like, there was no stopping me. So much so that a week later, that not only was I giving Tabitha the lore, apparently there was a fuck ton of other people that were listening to me give out the lore. Now, like as I was saying, I'm obsessed with the house. There is the standard public tour, there is the Explore More tour, there is the flashlight tour. I think there's like a basement tour, there's like a garden tour. I've done all of it. Why, you may ask? I'm just autistic like that. Now, the Winchester House doesn't always offer the flashlight tour. I think they only offer it like once or twice a month. Where they start you off is kind of at base, like a little ticket booth, selling you tours and all this other stuff. Then you enter inside to the gift shop. The gift shop was actually kind of poppin'. It had a lot of cool stuff and I really didn't mind it. Me and Tabitha walked into the little center that they have where they show off outfits from the Winchester movie. They showed off little trinkets. They showed off little newspaper clippings about how Harry Houdini visited the house, how all these famous figures have visited the house. They also show different paranormal YouTube channels and TV shows that have been at the manor. It's honestly weird to kind of see how the house is now. It's not weird, it's just that when you really think about it, around the house there was practically nothing. Now that you look at it, there's hotels nearby it, there's Santana Row, there's a busy street, you know, businesses. I don't know, it's just kind of weird to look at because when you look at old pictures of the Winchester House, there was practically nothing. If you're doing the Explore More tour, they'll start you off at the front of the house, but if you're doing any other tour, they'll start you off towards the back of the house where you exit from the gift shop. Even though the audio was lost, I'm pretty sure this was just me and Tabitha saying we're getting our answers. And I know this because Tabitha and I said this quite a lot, to the point where I already knew what it looked like when she was saying it. I didn't even have to listen to her say it. I just knew she was saying it. This is where they kind of start you off. They start you off at the staircase that leads to nowhere. They actually decorate it pretty cute. They have little, you know, gift boxes because it was Christmas time. So they had little elves running around. They had mirrors that were showing you different objects. Then we kind of start off with those the staircase, then it leads into a room with all these windows that are taken from the Winchester house to show on display. Before we really get into the house and the beginning of the tour, it starts off with this picture of Sarah Winchester. Again, I know the lighting is kind of weird because there are Christmas lights going on. Again, it was around Christmas time. But yeah, they start off with showing us Sarah Winchester. And we walk up those infamous stairs that I'm pretty sure everybody has seen on literally every tour, either in the tour or every ghost video that you have ever seen about the Winchester house. We start off with those little tiny stairs. And the reason why those tiny stairs are there is because Sarah had really bad arthritis and could barely lift up her legs at around the later end of her life. So that's another reason why, is they have those tiny risers so that she could walk up. I feel like at this fucking point, I could just be a fucking tour guide, really. As we go upstairs, we make way into like a little attic room that I could only assume that was probably there for like farmhouse equipment, mainly because of what you see here. It just looked like an empty attic where maybe there was just storage places. They did show a bunch of like wallpaper clippings that they found in the house. Small little furniture that was probably original to the house, probably not, but they're on display. Probably, if it isn't original to the house, it's probably showing kind of like a replica of what the early 1900s was like when they were furnishing homes. This is me sitting on one of the chairs. Tabitha was telling me to knock it off because then a ghost that was probably sitting there would have followed me home. Starting off with some more of Tabitha saying, I need answers. We're looking for answers. I bet the answers are in here. Actually, no, she points to the guy. Ooh, now this. Okay, I forgot about this. I want to preface that me and Tabitha believe in the supernatural or paranormal or whatever it is. But when we entered into Sarah Winchester's room, there was a guy that was just standing there recording, taking like EVPs or something like that, right? I can't remember his name, and I'm pretty sure if you've seen what he looks like, you might know his name, you might know where he's from. I asked him for permission if he cares to be on video. He said he did not care at all, and I was more than welcome to record him. I want to get that out of the way because of what I'm going to say right now. This is my opinion. This is not Tabitha's opinion. I think that guy is a crock of shit. And the reason why I say this guy is a crock of shit is because we started off by listening to this guy. He's talking about, oh yeah, I've been coming to the house for over 30 years. I've been in almost every room. I have caught significant evidence. This place is special when it comes to paranormal. Now, again, I believe wholeheartedly, yeah. Of course, I've had experiences of my own in the Winchester Mansion. I believe that place is haunted 100%. But when this guy started running his mouth, I'm like, something about you is a little off. So as we're hearing him talk, Tabitha's asking him questions. Again, he's saying, yeah, he's been coming to the house for over 30 years. He's showing us pictures of, quite frankly, fucking nothing. He kept showing us pictures of like just empty spaces and like blurry photos that I legitimately couldn't make out. Like what he's showing us right here is just, what is that? A shadow? That could literally be anything. The picture that he showed us here, like it literally could have just been him moving the fucking camera. Anyways, we started moving on from Sarah's room and we got into this hallway. And as soon as Tabitha and I got into this hallway, we started talking so much shit. I looked over to Tabitha and Tabitha looked at me and I was like, that guy is a fucking crock of shit. She was like, no, yeah, 100%. There is no way. And I really wish that the audio was picked up because the shit talking that we were like going on about was fucking crazy. We did not believe this guy for a split second. What was the cherry on top of everything that he was saying is that as we were leaving, he says, yeah, I'm really good at what I do. Good at fucking taking blurry ass pictures, you dumb bitch. This is me trying to open up a cabinet to look for answers. Tabitha told me to knock it off. Why am I trying to open up that cabinet? And my response was, what if it has answers? Then we ended up in the seance room. Now, apparently in this room, it is, I believe, the center of the house, I think. I'm not quite too sure, but apparently it was where Sarah Winchester held her seances. This is Tabitha complaining about how small the door is, and in her words, she said, Sarah didn't like big bitches. We took a little dance break, so that's sick. You know, we're probably the first people to Dougie in the Winchester mansion. Who knows? Whatever the fuck this dance is. The only ghastly thing in this house is me. This is me mewing or mogging, whatever the fuck it is. Either or, I'm probably the first person to do it in the Winchester house. Then we finally made it to the downstairs area, which kind of is the living room or the frat house portion, which is the ballroom. This, again, was my favorite part because it was decorated for Christmas, so it looked really pretty. This is me showing how small the doors are, and Tabitha is like, yeah, now I know why we need the helmets. This is me and Tabitha playing Smash or Pass on the fucking employees at the Winchester house. I don't know whose bright idea it is to have that red light leading into the basement at the Winchester house, but let me tell you, it is horrifying. Again, wish you could hear the audio on this. There was an employee just standing there in the fucking dark, scared the absolute living shit out of me. First of all, okay, again, if anybody that works at the Winchester house, a little bit of advice, make yourself fucking known, because the amount of times that I got spooked by a fucking worker just standing there in the fucking dark, I'm sorry, but you guys are a little weird. Like, can you at least, if you guys hear people coming, be like, hey, tour guide here, just want to let you know so you guys don't get scared. No, he was standing there, I went, and then walked away. What kind of human fucking does that? Once we got out of the basement, we went into another kitchen that was in the house, and the kitchen ends up leading into the end of the tour. Which in the dining room, they just have the setup of what it used to look like when people actually lived there. They had Christmas decorations, and at the very end, they had all the outfits that were used in the Winchester movie, which I thought was pretty cool. I say that even though I've seen them a million times. Every time I take a tour of the house, I always see them. Again, Tabitha and I filmed an outro, but unfortunately the audio wasn't saved, which fucking blows. Tabitha and I gave our final thoughts of the overall tour. We started at 8:30, we finished at 10:45. Now, if you're not from the Bay Area, or if you are, do you think I would recommend this tour? 100%. It was a lot of fun, if you ask me. But from San Jose, we're gonna work our way up. Again, not my words, it's a touristy thing. To Santa Rosa. Is Santa Rosa a part of the Bay Area? No, absolutely not. It's just what the tourist guide said, okay? But yeah, that concludes today's episode of Ghost Adventures. I don't really know what to call it. I don't know if we're gonna be making this into a series, but we're gonna call it, 2 Bay Area girls doing Bay Area stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I don't normally say this at the end of my videos, but if for whatever reason you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that too. I'm not gonna force you. If you don't want to, you don't fucking have to. I'm not gonna make you. Now, with that being said, that's the end of the video. I love you guys. Happy 2025. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay? Okay.